Don't even put that up there. Cool. I feel like I want to play like a board game right now. Let's do it. Like we should be playing like Dungeons and Dragons right now.
Do you have your dice?
Yeah. I don't.
We can get a pair downstairs.
I bet you can. 20-sided dice!
We do have the one-playing piece right here.
That's fantastic. So at least we're represented.
Yeah. We got a feeling of, from John about, the characters, and basically we're hearing, Batman's doing, your Batman's kind of doing like a Popeye, over the shoulder, snide remark.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think what's different about this Batman, and John even said this when we went to the thing up in New York, was that he doesn't think he's Lego Batman, but he thinks he is Batman. And I think that's one thing that kind of sets it apart, and it helps you kind of buy into the fiction a little bit, because that's what Lego properties do. They kind of make parody of themselves. And so with this, to be honest with you, I really had kind of an easy job because it's written well. I'm already a fan of Lego, already a fan of Batman. So I really just had to show up. The heavy lifting was done by, no pun intended, both Superman and Robin, because those guys to me absolutely steal the show. And it was kind of like this Martin and Lewis kind of thing, to where I played the straight guy and he was just the wacky zany guy around me. So it's a huge credit for them. So I think they did a fantastic job.
Now, did you play the game before, well, you voiced it in the game, obviously, but did you play part 1 before part 2 and check it out?
The way that, I played Lego Batman 1, which was different because it was still kind of like Star Wars or Indiana Jones, where it was like, you just had those. So for that, I think it was a bold move for them to actually, put voices to this, because it's kind of breaking that paradigm. And originally we thought we were just doing the movie. We didn't know that the game was going to come out, because typically the formula is there's a popular movie, Lego does a movie about that, and then they do the game about that, then they do a movie. So it's kind of interesting to swap those and have there be a Lego movie first, or a Lego game first, and then the movie. So I was able to play through the game, and then seeing those moments in the game in the movie was pretty fun. Because it makes you want to play the game makes you want to watch the movie.
So you mentioned that you guys were able to do all the ADR sessions all together.
Yes.
So kind of talk about that and how that you were able to kind of improve your performances.
It felt like we snuck into a studio after hours, and we didn't want to get caught, because for some reason, just the way it worked out for production schedule was to get everybody together, because that's a hard thing to do, especially when you have someone like Clancy Brown or other people involved, But it was Clancy Brown, it was Rob Paulson, Charlie Schlaughter, me, Travis, Steve Bloom, all of these amazing people that I look up to, and I was like, it's Rob Paulson, And it's like 7 o'clock at night, and we went to like 10 or 11 o'clock at night as well. So it felt like we should have scotch around us or something, But they were some of the most fun sessions, and it was an ab workout because we were just laughing hysterically constantly throughout it. So those were some pretty fond memories of those sessions.
And was Andrea Romano the voice director on the film as well?
It was one of the first times, because I'm a huge Andrea Romano fan. Batman the Animated Series, of course, the Superman series, and pretty much everything Warner Brothers had done. Cam Clark was actually kind of pinned to do this, which was the first time for him as well. Cam Clark, who was Leonardo and Ninja Turtles, which I'm not sure if we can say Mutant Ninja Turtles or Alien Ninja Turtles. I'm not sure what anybody's going to do with that anymore. Stop messing with my child, Michael Bay. But it is. It's downstairs, as a matter of fact, booth 182.
Right next to the Lucas ones.
Exactly. Just stop, both of you. But it was an interesting thing because, and I've worked with Andrea Romano on other projects before too, but it was all of us kind of feeling this out for the first time, because for me it was the first time playing Batman. Travis is the first time playing Superman, so it's kind of like all right, kids, let's figure out how to do this and not make it suck. Which is really hard to do with a Lego project, because it's going to be good regardless.
Did you take any inspiration from any previous Batman voices or portrayals?
Yeah, and that kind of comes top down from John Burton, because obviously we want to make sure. This is the cool thing about Lego, is that it takes a franchise that normally is may not necessarily be that accessible. There's some things in the Batman world that is not meant for a younger audience, certainly not for the people that are going to watch this movie or play the game. So the ability to take kind of that lore in that world and make it accessible to kids, or to make it fun and accessible to people of 60 or 66 or 60, I think is a pretty good testament to how both TT and Lego make their games. So it's but we definitely kind of looked to there's moments where you can go back to all the Adam West Batman, you know, and with a little shark moment, you know, and then you can also flash forward to the moment where Joker's trying to blow something up, and it's clearly a nod to the Christopher Nolan movies. So we kind of try to run the gamut, everything from the animated series, 60s Batman, all the way up to current Batman.
And you think there was a bit of Super Friends Superman in there?
Absolutely, like the 70s to where there's that was pretty great about the series too, is that even in the 70s series of Super Friends, there was that kind of sibling rivalry, not sibling, but that rivalry between Superman and Batman, and it's definitely prevalent in this one. I just got pinned, I gotta leave. I want to hang out with you guys.
Well, thank you.